Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Modern Warfare 3 beta. So I wanted to cover my top 5 weapon loadouts and kind of give you a gist of what I'm using here, what I think you guys should be trying as well. Basically in this game, I'm building all my weapons out for max versatility, being damage range, low recoil control, and very good movement. This game doesn't have hard recoil patterns, so it's definitely pretty easy to build some versatile weapons. Let's get into my attachments here. All right, so at number 5, we're going to have the Rival 9 SMG, aka the CX9. Now, this weapon isn't as bad as people put it out to be. This weapon is a very, very good close range option that you're going to find success, well, at close range. Due to the fire rate, it's kind of like the Scorpion Evo from Black Ops 2, where if you're starting to leave the effective damage range of the weapon, you're going to find some difficulties, turns into a bit of a pea shooter. But for very aggressive players, this one is actually very, very good. It will end up outgunning the rest of the SMGs simply due to the fire rate. So a lot of people don't like it due to the lack of versatility, but overall, I don't think it's a bad option for extremely aggressive players. Starting our build here with the monolithic suppressor, returning from Modern Warfare 2019, it is a little different. It doesn't give you damage range, but what it does do is give you recoil control, and of course keeps you off of the minimap, because in this game, it is important to keep yourself off of the minimap. I think you're going to find me running a lot more suppressors here throughout the game's life cycle. So the monolithic suppressor is a good starting point. For the barrel, you're going to want the Rival C clear shot, giving you aiming auto stability, gun kick control, firing, aiming stability, and recoil control. This weapon doesn't have a barrel to increase your damage range as of yet. That could end up changing when the full game launches. So I find it important to end up limiting your recoil there, because it will make taking farther range fights a little bit easier. So the clear shot is by far the best barrel option here. For the stock, I have the Bruin Flash V4, giving you aim down sight speed along with movement speed and sprint speed, just to help the overall mobility. It's going to help you be up close and personal with people. So for the rear grip, you're going to want the Rival Vice Assault Grip, giving you gun kick control, fire aiming stability, and recoil control. As you can see, we're not sacrificing anything to our aim down sight speed there, but it's going to help you again at those farther ranges for the same reason we ended up choosing the barrel. And my last attachment is the 40 round mag, sacrificing a tiny bit of movement and aim down sight speed, all that stuff. But I find that this is necessary, especially with how you should be using it. When you're up close and personal, being super aggressive, you may need those extra bullets. If you're challenging a hard point or possibly challenging the B flag, there's going to be plenty of people around those objectives, and this is going to be your best bet. So at number 5, it's the Rival 9. There's all your attachments on the screen. Let's get over to number 4. So at number 4, we have the Striker, or the UMP45. This was the meta weapon of choice in weekend number 1, and it has received a significant nerf. It's not a bad weapon by any means now, but the damage range basically got chalked into the ground. So more or less, that's the reason that the weapon did in fact need a nerf. It's still a very good medium and close range option with a very low recoil pattern and great mobility. So I possibly see another nerf coming by the launch of the game, but for right now, it does sit at number 4 for me, because there is still an SMG I find to be a little better. We're going to start this one here with a barrel, where I have the Striker Recon. This is going to give you bullet velocity and damage range with gun kick control, aiming auto stability, and fire aiming stability. You do need to increase that damage range now, simply due to the fact that they nerfed it, and it does make it much more versatile. For the optic, this is one that you don't necessarily have to run. Personally, I don't like those iron sights, so I go with the slate reflector. Feel free to use whatever you want in that category. For the stock, you're going to want the no stock attachment, giving you aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, aim walking speed, and then we also get hip fire and tac stance spread. So it does ruin the recoil control a little bit, but you're no longer going to be taking super long range fights with this thing, and the recoil is very, very manageable in the medium range. So the no stock is just going to help your overall aggression with the weapon. For the rear grip of the Seiken ZX, the same attachment we chose for the Rival 9, because it doesn't sacrifice aim down sight speed, but it does give you gun kick control, fire aiming stability, and base recoil control. Our last attachment is the Bruin Tactical Vertical Grip. This is going to give you hip fire and tac stance spread, fire aiming stability, and gun kick control. Man, it is a blessing that I don't have to cover tuning, let me tell you, because that used to make these intros and these videos twice as long, just covering those freaking tunings. So there's all my attachments on the screen. Once again, make sure you guys throw those on and give the weapon a try. So I wanted to chuck a pistol in the honorable mention spot, simply because this thing is very, very good. It is a pistol. It is a secondary. But it does lack a little bit of versatility. It's similar to the Rival 9 in the fact that it's very, very good at close range. I just don't know how good it actually is. I haven't done enough testing with it. I've leveled it all the way up. I have to test it out against the other SMGs to get a real grasp to see if this thing is actually like a meta SMG. So I just wanted to throw this in the honorable mention spot for now. When the full games comes out, I do want to give it some testing. I do have a lot of fun with the thing, but again, similar to the Rival 9, I'm not sure if it's better than the Rival 9 though. So we'll go through my attachments. Starting off, you're going to want the conversion kit. You have to level the weapon all the way up to unlock that. It is called the Jack Ferocity. Basically, it turns the thing from a pistol to an SMG. So it goes from burst fire to full auto and increases the damage range, all that good stuff. For the rear grip, you're going to want the Renetti wood grain, giving you gun kick control, recoil control, and fire aiming stability, because it does have quite a bit of a kick to it when you add the Jack Ferocity carbine kit. For the magazine, you're going to want the 50 round drum. When you turn it into an SMG, you're going to want those extra bullets. This thing does shoot very, very fast, but to give it even more of an appearance of an SMG, that 50 round drum definitely does do the job. For the muzzle, you're going to want the Stare 45 Sky Fury compensator, giving you some recoil control. Like I said, it does have a pretty crazy kind of recoil pattern. Between all the attachments I have, it is pretty manageable, but you will still find some struggles at the close range. I'm sorry, the farther ranges. Apologies. For the laser sight here, you want the Sapphire 12. It says it's locked. It's not. You can see I have it selected. It's just going to give you some hip fire accuracy along with sprint to fire speed increase there. So, like I said, honorable mention here. You should level it up and give it a try. Go down in the comment section and let me know if you actually think this thing is better than some of the other SMGs in the game. So at number 3, we have the AMR 9 SMG. After getting the chance to use this since the beta has kind of made its weapon balance changes, I think this is the better option between the Striker and the Rival 9 for right now. They are all pretty similar in my opinion, as far as none is really that much better than the rest, but this just happens to be my favorite. Has really low recoil, fast fire rate, pretty good at range. Overall, it's just a more versatile choice. The Striker used to be that option, but since the nerf, I feel like this is going to be your best option for SMG. We're going to start our build here with a muzzle in the L4R flash hider, giving you muzzle flash concealment, along with recoil control and gun kick control at a small sacrifice to your aim down sight speed, but I promise you, it's nothing to really be concerned about. You don't even notice the difference. For the stock, you're going to want the Tectonic Tactical, giving you movement speed and sprint speed just to help you fly around that map, especially when you add those tactical pads. You can just be scooting on your booty, sliding around the map, absolutely flying everywhere. For the rear grip, you're going to want the Phantom Grip, giving you sprint to fire speed along with aim down sight speed at no sacrifice, once again, to your recoil control. So this attachment technically, yes, takes away some flinch resistance, but you're not going to be taking far enough gunfights to really notice that flinch resistance being touched whatsoever. For the magazine, 50 round mag, shoots really fast. So the 50 round mag, in my opinion, just like with the Rival 9, you're going to need some extra bullets here, just to help compete when you're on an objective that has a lot of players going for it. So not a necessary attachment, but if you're an aggressive player, I highly recommend. And for the underbarrel, you're going to want the X10 TX12 hand stop, giving aim down sight speed, vertical recoil control, sprint to fire speed, and gun kick control. And again, no sacrifice here to all too much. You can see we are losing a little bit in the accuracy side of things, but with how aggressive you're going to be playing with the weapon, it's nothing really too crazy that you need to be concerned about. Like I said, it's a very versatile choice. Go in the game, put on these attachments, give it a try. Promise you won't be disappointed with this one. So in the number 2 spot, we're going to have the MTZ556. This is the weapon I got my first nuke with. So there's going to be one weapon that's definitely better than this one, but overall, I think this might be my favorite. Really fast fire rate, which means it's pretty good at close range, fairly decent movement speed, fairly decent recoil pattern. The only problem you're going to have is the damage range is a bit lacking compared to the number 1. So let's get into these attachments here. We're going to start here with the Colossus Suppressor, keeping you off of the minimap, along with giving you recoil control, are sacrificing a tiny bit of aim down sight speed. But as I've said before, it's nothing too crazy to be concerned about. I have this built out for max versatility here. For a barrel, you want the MTZ Drifter, giving you bullet velocity and range, aiming idle stability, and recoil control. So increasing that range, like I said, being the range is one of the biggest downfalls. I definitely noticed the difference while running this barrel. For the optic, I have the MK23 reflector, basically the ELO sight from previous Call of Duties. For some reason, I really like it on this weapon. I've been going with the slate reflector for basically every other weapon, but the MK23 reflector really feels awesome on this one, but it's a preference. Feel free to run what you want. For the stock, you're going to want the RB Crotalis. This is going to give you recoil control and gun kick control to help you with those farther range gunfights. And our last attachment is going to be the Kimura Rin 03, giving you vertical recoil control, gun kick control, and aiming idle stability. You can see the trend with this one. We are targeting that recoil control without all of those attachments. the recoil control is a bit spotty, but when you add all of this together, the weapon is very easy to use and well deserving of the number 2 spot. Make sure, once again, you copy these attachments down, jump into game. This is one, like I said, my favorite weapon in the game so far, so make sure you guys give it a try. And for our number 1 spot, we have the MCW, aka the ACR. Everybody knew this weapon was coming. Everybody knew it was going to be a very popular one, and everybody knew it was probably going to be pretty good. So we got no recoil, very good damage, very fantastic damage range. Thing's basically a sniper rifle in assault rifle form here. So here's the thing. I think this weapon's going to get nerfed. I'm just being 100% honest. It is pretty overpowered. But for now, definitely give this one a try. You're going to feel like you're back in like 2009 with an ACR. This thing's absolutely awesome. For a barrel here, you're going to want the second line Mammoth, giving you damage range, bullet velocity, aim walking steadiness, and aim walking speed at no sacrifice to our aim down sight speed. So really keep that in mind. We have a bunch of positives with virtually no negatives here. We got a tiny decrease to our sprint to fire speed, but they just buffed up sprint to fire speed. So you're not going to notice. So for the optic slate reflector, once again, this is going to be a preference. Feel free to run whatever you want in this category. My personal preference is slate reflector. It's pretty similar to the Slimline Pro from Modern Warfare 2 2022. So that makes a lot of sense as to why I like that one. For the stock, I have the MCW Lancer Tactical, giving you hip fire and tac stand spread, along with aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, just to help you in your close range encounters. For our rear grip, you're going to want the RB Rapid Strike, giving you sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. You can see the absolutely large increase there in the handling category. Yes, sacrificing some recoil control, but I'm gonna be honest, this recoil pattern's so easy it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure I could throw the no stock on there and it still might be good. I actually might try that. I might try to build like an SMG ACR. We'll see where we go with that. And the underbarrel is going to be the Chook angled grip, giving you horizontal recoil control, aim walking speed, aiming out of stability, and gun kick control at a small sacrifice to our vertical recoil control. I didn't notice, so I'm going to be honest. I didn't want to sacrifice aim down sight speed, but this gives you some mobility here, so it's going to help you with your close range engagements. This one kind of reminds me of the Commando 4 grip or the FTAC Gripper 56, so overall, a very good option there. And there's all my attachments on the screen, so again, make sure you copy these down. That's my top 5. I want you guys to go down in the comment section and let me know if you agree with my top 5 list here. I highly recommend you give all of my setups a try, and I'm going to apologize right now. You can tell I'm pretty sick. I keep stuttering over my words and I keep clearing my throat. Unfortunately, of course, it had to happen the day this beta launches, but thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video.